Good morning. It is Friday, January 30th. We are 90 days out from April 30th. Your DTD2 this week continues. You are calling your H's and your V's, you're texting your T's, and it's relatively action-packed. We've got Ignite this morning at 9 o'clock. The Sean Cody is leading that conversation, which you'll find if you go to KWikStart.com or just click the Zoom. There's a little line under a little word that says Zoom right underneath the class in your morning news. You can click that. That'll pull you into conversation with Dr. Cody. He'll be doing session 11 for you today, and that is follow up with leads. And I'm sure he will talk about following through with leads, which is also wildly important. Also going on in that moment, if you choose to, you've got options at 9 o'clock. If you are concerned about maybe getting something underway for April 30th, since that is 90 days out, you might want to head over to study hall that we call Fight Club, soon to be rebranded. It's coming. Some of the geniuses in the, I'm pointing to the building, not to me, trust me. Some of our mad scientists, you'll see what I mean, are working on the new logo. We're working on the new branding, just going to give it a little bit of a facelift, which I could use a tuck. Dear God, look at the jawline. Horrendous. It's not good. Anyway, that is 9 o'clock. Whether we call it Fight Club or its new name, it's really just 2 hours for you to do the thing. It's funny because a lot of other market centers, we call it a power hour. Yeah, because you do it for an hour. Because you're wimps. We do it for 2 hours. Gary would tell you that he wants you doing lead generation 26 hours a day. I'll let you wait. I'll wait. Do the math. 2 hours, too long. So Gary wants you to always be in lead generation. And yes, always be in lead generation. But sit down, helmet on, eye black, mouthpiece, ardent lead generation. We've always protected the 2 hours in the morning. And for the last, we're in year 4 now of Fight Club. Soon to be rebranded. I know the tease is terrible. We have had this available to you. It's a safe space. And if your calendar currently looks like maybe a polar bear in a snowstorm, if you go to your Google calendar, which is French for what the hell is my face doing today, it's a longer definition. You might consider just going to the morning news and being like, okay, what are they telling me best practices are? So at 9 o'clock, when we escape from here, you can go to that, which is 2 hours, just a safe space to go do your thing. And it doesn't have to be the phone. You could be texting, you could be talking, you could be working on marketing stuff, you could be putting together your content calendar, whatever you're going to do to make sure that you're having the interactions you need to have to get you into conversation, to nurture them down the road and get to the point where when they become transactional, they come back to you because you showed up in that gap where they weren't buying, selling, or investing. That's what that's all about. Again, you've got Ignite Session 11, follow up with leads. That is Sir Sean Cody. That's KWikStart.com, or just click the link in the morning news. That'll take you there. Coffee with a Capper today, brought to you by our dear friends, Brad Kelly and the whole crew at Movement Mortgage are our wonderful hosts and sponsors. They will be in the building. Well, not all of them. The whole team won't be here, but Bradley will be here sitting right over there. I know you can't see where I'm pointing. And then right across from me, I will have the Boyd Watkins. We will probably spend an inordinate amount of time talking about Disney because Brad loves Disney. Boyd, part owner of Disney. He's got a lot of stock. I'd be shocked if he doesn't. So we'll have that conversation. Boyd, his background with hospitality, his attitude and the way he decides to run his business, putting his family way before his clients. I hope his clients don't hear this, but he just does. He and I will talk about the fact that we sort of we struggle with the holidays because the boys are home, and the boys are home for a short period of time. And now both of his boys are in college. I won't bore you with the details. We'll bore you with the details at 11 o'clock. So Coffee with a Capper, Boyd Watkins, and Brad Kelly will be in the building as well. We'll have a conversation with some mortgage updates from Bradley, and then we will go all the way down and talk about all of the things with the Boyd Watkins, one of our most talented agents, and just hear how casual he is. There's no pretense with Boyd. And I think if you've never had a chance to spend any time with him, join us at 11 o'clock for that. That, of course, we push that over to the FaceSpace and we push it to the YouTubes. The reason we push it both places is a live video like 11 o'clock or this one right now will only sit on the FaceSpace for 30 days because Mark Zuckerberg My therapist told me to promise I wouldn't say anything bad. He's a wonderful person, and he's decided that live video shouldn't last more than 30 days. So our Smithsonian is over on our YouTube channel. So if you go to KWCLM Hub and then go up to the top of the page, right in the middle, it says Learning Videos. Click that. That'll pull you to YouTube. And you're going to see Ignite and all of our other classes. But if you go up and click the live button, you'll see all of the quick starts. You'll see all of the coffees with a capper and all that kind of stuff that we do. So if you don't catch it within the next 30 days on FaceBase, it'll be over there. We've got all the stuff we've done in the past year with Nate Thology. All those interviews are there. So we're just trying to create a space for you guys to be able to get to know each other one by one. And that's why we have these conversations every Friday at 11. Next week at 11 o'clock, we are going to have the Nathan Fredette. He is our #1 dual career agent. He was at the party the other night. I've been talking about the fact that he and his wife have their 3 children, and then I saw her, and now they have their 4th on the way. So he is super busy doing all of the things and continues to grow his family. So you'll learn from him next Friday. That is our guest next Friday for Coffee with a Capper. Today, 1 o'clock, midday protocol, every day at 1 o'clock, unless my face is stuck in hair and makeup, which clearly I needed more time there this morning. Every day at 1 o'clock, we have a conversation about the things that you're doing and how it's going. So we invite you into timsoffice.com. You jump into that Zoom call at 1 o'clock. Click that link. It's right in the morning news. And at 1 o'clock, we ask for 3 lead indicators. What are your conversations and interactions in the last 24 hours? Appointments set in the last 24 hours. And we're not talking about hair and nails. But go get them. Look, my cuticles are a mess. I got to go. We're talking about sitting with somebody to assign them as a buyer, seller, investor. And above and beyond that, signed contracts. So conversations, interactions is one category. Appointments is your second category. Signed contracts, your third category. If we're tracking those and keeping an eye on how that's going, that is telling us what's up. That is telling me, hey, what does April 30th look like? Because today's January 30th, 90 days out. That's why we have that conversation at the top of that call. Second half of the call, coaching conversation, which we've sort of been doing a little bit of an ad hoc coaching conversation this week, and then we will do that again today. What we'll probably do today, too, is discuss with people that are in the room who's got buyer needs, who's got seller needs. We had a great crowd yesterday. Energy's building around this call, which I'm grateful for. We're in year 2 of the Midday Protocol, and I couldn't be more proud of the people that are joining us. It doesn't have to be every day. Fight clubs every day, midday protocols every day. So if you can make it, and if you decide to make it part of your schedule and you are consistently there and it's an anomaly when you're not, I would argue that those people are probably holding themselves to account by letting others and myself hold them to account, and it's moving the needle for them. Think about anything that you've done in your life in which you've been successful. Someone was holding you to account. If it was an athletic endeavor, there was a coach involved, there was a trainer involved, there were teammates involved holding you to account. So if your business needs to be on track or moving forward or any sort of change you want to make, raise your hand. Join us. Lean into everything the Market Center is offering. That's, something about the Market Center said to you, I'm going to go play there because of X or Y or Z. Just lean in. That's what I'm encouraging you to do. I'm not here to tell you how to run your business. We are here to offer best practices. And we know a best practice is to lean in to the power of the Market Center. This is what people do. This is how people move forward. You want to go fast, go alone. You want to go further, you bring other people with you. Let us be part of your journey. 1:30 today, back to basics. You've got the best brokers on the planet. And they join you every Friday at 1:30. Back to basics, KWCLM forums. That's at kellertv.com. There's a lot of things that will keep you from doing the next right thing. There's always going to be something that is perceived to be more important. The irony is, and you hear people say this all the time, well, I've got my priorities straight. Well, and here I come with the semantics, I know. That word should never be pluralized. Like to say priority and then to pluralize it. I've got my priorities. Nope, there is a priority. Like, what is your priority today? And if you're thinking about the lead indicators we talk about during the midday protocol, how did yesterday go? If there's no activity from you between 9 o'clock today and 1 o'clock today, and you jumped on that call, where would you stand in the last 24 hours? How many conversations or interactions did you have where real estate came up and you were allowed to talk about the opportunity to help the people? From those conversations and interactions, how many appointments did you set to sit with them? To have a conversation about buying, selling, and investing. And from those conversations, interactions, and appointments, how many contracts do you have signed? Where people said, I want to work with you as a buyer. I want to work with you as a seller. Or did you put somebody who you've already got signed under contract with a purchase and sale? When we measure where our business is, or where we're tracking what we're doing, there's numbers and metrics. All of our business stories should be answered with a number, or business questions, I should say. More often than not, when I'm asking you, right? Because you can answer me with a number this afternoon at 1 o'clock, or you can answer me with a, well, what had happened was, and that's fun. We've all done it. Everybody's had their cat eat their homework. If their cat eats their homework, maybe your dog does. Your little sister spilt something on it. Sorry, teach, I would have had it, but everybody did that in school. And you're thinking, I never did it in school. Awesome. I love you. I did. If we're answering a question that requires a number with a story, we're letting ourselves knock ourselves off course. If we're not holding each other to account on our numbers and our metrics, then by nature, we can become emotional leaders. And that's an easy spot for me to go to. Anyone who knows me, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I want to coach to the whole person at this company. Regardless of what other coaches say, well, this is how you should do it, but whatever. I know your head has to be clear. It needs to be tethered to your heart for us to move forward. That's why it's important that I find out about you. That's why it's important I find out what is your motivation. I can't motivate you. My job is to ask the questions to uncover your motivation. So you bring it to speech. So you give it power. So you author your greatness. We do that by just knowing what we need to do next. Everyone that can hear the sound of my voice right now knows what they need to do next. The gap might be, how do I get there? And if we can help with that, lean into the conversation. Join us in one of the 7 things we have going on today at the Market Center on a Friday. We are the spoiled rich kids of real estate. We have everything we need. You know exactly what you need to do. If you need a nudge, if you need encouragement, if you need inspiration to create aspiration, let me know. 603-834-2856. You can also book my face for your one-on-one at meetwithcoach.com. Have a great weekend. Take care.